they are Israel and think they're Gentiles. And the world thinks so. And the world doesn't know what are their roots or where they came from, because they became lost. They lost their language. Now we find today they're speaking the English language. Of course, the English language didn't exist back 700 years before Christ. And the Assyrians had settled in Germany. All of that is a remarkable thing in giving us the roots or the history of our own people, where we came from, who we are, and we can trace our identity all the way, just like other nations can, back to the first created human being, Adam, and his wife God made from him, for him, called Eve. And all humanity has come from them. And we can have our identity back that far. Now, I have written a book which through many years now has gone out to, well, I was going to say millions of people. I don't just recall how many million. I don't think we've kept a record of the exact number. But this booklet, The United States and Britain in Prophecy, millions of people have read it. It's the most circulated booklet we have ever put out. I haven't announced it now for some little time on this program, and I want to announce it once again, and that will give you some startling information about our ancestry, about your own roots, where you came from. And not only that, it will give you, it is the key to understanding biblical prophecy, and it shows you what Bible prophecy says is going to happen to the United States in the next few years. Now you wonder, where are we going from here? The world is in trouble, and the United States is approaching trouble, many troubles. And it's all written in the Bible, and you can't understand it without this knowledge of our identity, of our own roots, who we are, where we came from, and where we're going. The booklet is The United States and Britain in Prophecy. Now, there's no charge. All you have to do is request it. It's an illustrated book. It's a good many pages, and it will not only identify you and give you the key to understanding all prophecies, but it specifically pinpoints the United States and where we are mentioned as nations, the British and the American people, in biblical prophecy, and what is going to happen in the next few years. What already has happened in Britain is recorded there incidentally. Now, at the same time, I want to send you another booklet along with it. Where is the true church today? I've said something about that in recent programs. The true church of God has had great difficulty. It has been a persecuted church, and great false churches have risen up. But Jesus Christ said that the gates of the grave would never prevail against his church, and it does still exist today. Where is it? This booklet will tell you that. Now also, the finest magazine in the world is published by our organization, called The Plain Truth. One of the largest circulated magazines in the world, over 7.5 million subscribers. Many of you viewing now are already subscribers, but perhaps most of you are not. Here's a recent issue of The Plain Truth with a cover story, "Youth Should Protest, But How?" With the leading article is a personal, like an editorial from me, mystery of the ages. Mystery of the ages. Actually, this is the beginning of my latest book, just coming off the press. It is the largest book, and I think by far the most important that I have ever written, Mystery of the Ages. Here's another article, United Nations at 40. Another article, The Love That Conquers fear and depression. So much is being said now about handling stress and things of that sort. It's one of the greatest problems that we all have today in this world. And here's an article that will be very, very helpful that I think you need, and you need to read. Here's another one. Children of the inner city, what's the solution? Children of the inner city. That's getting to be one of the great problems in the United States and the major cities of Europe. And as a matter of fact, it's coming even to be a problem in nations like Japan. Children of the inner city. Another article, youth should protest. Now that's the cover story, but how? How? Here's another one on Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, a time of testing. I just returned shortly, some little short time ago, from Sri Lanka, and they're having great troubles over there now. And so terrorism has hit Sri Lanka as it's hitting so much of the world today. And you need to know what the situation is over there. Another article, A View from Down Under. That has to do with Australia and things that you need to know about that continent down under. There are millions and millions reading The Plain Truth, and 7.5 million subscribers are receiving it. And you may have a year's subscription, no subscription price whatsoever. Now, send your request to me, Herbert W. Armstrong at Pasadena, California. And if you write, the zip code is 91123. But why don't you just go to the telephone right now and call his toll-free number. And I'll jot this down because the lines may be busy. Thousands and thousands of calls are coming in from this program. There are hundreds of people waiting to take your call, hundreds of operators, but sometimes the calls are coming faster than they can handle at the moment. You may need to call again if you don't get through immediately. It's a toll-free number, 800, then 423-4444. It's an easy number to remember, but jot it down. 800, then 423-4444.